Welcome aboard Imi Ola, the 2019 Fountaine Pajot Saona quintet, fully upgraded and ready for offshore and off-grid living. Let me show you around. Starting off at the helm, and it's one of my favourite things about the boat. Great visibility and really well connected to both the cockpit and the up-top seating area, which itself is a fantastic place to sit and enjoy a drink at anchorage, or indeed to sit and look at the sails whilst underway. Just behind there, we've got the upgraded solar panels. 5 solar panels giving over 2,000 watts of power, as well as the Starlink maritime dish that gives great connectivity wherever you are. Here at the helm, we've got a full suite of Garmin displays, including a brand new upgraded chart plotter, as well as the controls for the Volvo Penta engines and the VHF remote. 2 or 3 people can easily sit here, and with the addition of a full helm surround, we can protect ourselves from the wind or rain or elements as and when needed. Just in front of the seating position are the lines, and with the addition of extra jammers, we now have all lines led aft to this one position for controlling both the mainsail and the genoa. The halyards, the sheets, and all reefing lines all feed back here, and with 2 powered winches and a 3rd manual winch, controlling them is easy. Stepping forwards, we have the addition of extra handrails all the way down both sides, as well as the jack lines, and they're very wide, so really safe places for manoeuvring around underway. Imi has the optional bowsprit package for the Code Zero, the addition of safety rails to the front of the dolphin seats, and the addition of steps leading up to the top of the cockpit roof. Which also comes with the day beds to the bow area for when into an anchorage. And underneath there is a huge anchor bay, which has plenty of storage for the oversized Rockner 40 kilo anchor and 12mm chain. You can take 2 sails, all the fenders and all the lines. It comes with 12 fenders and a full set of matching lines. And we have a full set of offshore safety equipment on board, including the dam buoy that launches from here on the port side, as well as a life sling throw line to the starboard side and the 10-person life raft fitted aft for easy access. It has 2 large mechanical areas, one to each side, housing the twin Volvo upgraded D2 60 horsepower engines. On this side, we have 1,320 amp hours of Victron lithium batteries, just over a year old, and the water maker. On the other side, we have the generator and transformer to be able to take both 240 and 110 power. Over here we also have the final powered winch, which controls the dinghy davits as well as the portside parasailer Code Zero lines when they're flying. And there's been a full addition of jammers and control positions for those sails. The tender itself is a centre console Gala 3.6 metre tender with a 30 horsepower engine, plenty big enough to tow inflatables and water skis. Coming past the entrance to the 5th cabin, which we'll come back to, the cockpit area itself is huge. We've got a full enclosure, so it can be fully protected from the wind and rain whenever needed. And as you can see, the solar panels give a good amount of sunshade protection. There's also space to stow paddleboards up underneath them. With a lot of seating options, you can easily sit 10 people around this table here, with further couch seating at the back and a daybed chaise-longue to the starboard side. Lots of lazarette space allows for the storage of all the cleaning and safety equipment, together with water toys, and the propane tanks are housed over here with a vent to the outside, as you would expect. Flexi teak style flooring throughout the cockpit area makes for soft touch, comfortable walking. There's the addition of a shoe cupboard here in what would otherwise be a void space, great for keeping things neat, tidy and out of the way. And the optional upgraded outdoor fridge, fantastic for beverages or whatever you need to keep in there. Easy access up to the helm from here, and a huge open flow feeling with this big sliding window and sliding door. The galley area is large and really well thought out and appointed. Looking first at cold storage, we have a 2-drawer big fridge to this side, and then a 4-shelf freezer just over the way. Lots and lots of storage for all the cold goods. Sink area has a double basin, a saltwater tap, and then the freshwater tap, which also has a drinking water side, and that drinking water side comes through additional carbon and UV filtration, perfectly pure water wherever you are. For cooking, we have a large gas oven, 2 shelves and an additional tray, and then a 4-burner hob. And the last 2 of those, or the back 2 I should say, have the option of adding on pot holders for keeping things nice and secure if you're cooking underway. Making use of the additional solar power that's been added to the boat, we have an induction cooktop that stores nicely out of the way and come up here, sits perfectly in this space, 2-burner, and then over there we have a built-in microwave, so you can really take advantage of that free solar power. Finishing off the appliances in the kitchen, we have a soda maker, great for sparkling water and fizzy drinks, and then my personal favourite, a bean-to-cup coffee machine. That's great whether it's for that ideal cup of coffee in an anchorage early in the morning, or that much needed cup when coming on shift at 2 AM and just having to press one button to get a perfectly ground fresh cup of coffee. Storage wise, there's a lot of space. We have shelves under the sink, under the hob, and in the centre island. 3 drawers here, 2 of which are very deep, and then a 4th one up top here which is often used for utensils. Loads of storage for all your cooking needs. In the floor, there are additional 5 sections that make for storing all dry goods and that sort of thing. Lots and lots of space to store. Of course, if you're doing a longer offshore passage, you may find that you need more, and then there's plenty more room in the hulls. Let's have a look at those now. Starting off here on the starboard side, at the bottom of the stairs we have this cupboard here which houses the washing machine. It's a good sized washing machine, plenty of space for the needs of the whole family on board. And then heading forward, let's start looking at the first of the cabins. And this starboard forward cabin, a thwartship queen size berth, semi walk around to both sides. Loads of great storage, there's a big double drawer underneath, storage in the side here, and there's a hanging water closet just inside the doorway. Forwards of here, we have a small 4-peak 6th bedroom with a single bed that's often used for storage, and there are shelves down the side with additional storage. There's also a head in there that runs on salt water and is manual, currently used just as an emergency backup head, as most of them are now converted to freshwater electric flush. Both starboard heads are dry heads, so a separate shower enclosure over there, then the vanity area and the electric freshwater flushing head, so reducing those marine smells. It's the same for the stern ensuite, which is a mirror of this one. Into the stern cabin, and another big queen size semi walk around bed. Lots of storage, same as the front with underbed storage and a double hanging closet, and then it has its own ensuite, a mirror image of the forward cabin. All cabins have 12-volt fans, twin speed in them, providing great ventilation and air circulation at low power. And then they've also got air conditioning, which can run from either shore power or the generator when everything needs that extra bit of cooling down. Let's head over, take a look at the port side cabins. Bit of a different layout here on the port side. Amidship, we have the bunk room. 2 single beds, and again, lots of good storage. There's a hanging closet behind me here, drawers underneath, and plenty of space in the sides. Same fan and air conditioning as before, and plenty of good ventilation from this overhead window. Right next to it is this separate head, and it's a wet head with a manual flush and salt water, the only salt water of the main ensuite. That's there really to provide redundancy. And then it can be used either as a day head or as the dedicated head for the bunk room, or both. Forward on the port side, we have a mirror image of starboard, so an athwartship queen size bed, semi walk around, lots of storage under the bed, to the side, and again a hanging closet. Slight difference on this side is that the ensuite head is forwards, and it's again a dry head, so we have that separate forward shower area and then an electric freshwater flush toilet. Right at the front there's another storage area, and in that one we have a lot of spares, consumables, but also spare parts, including a full spare autopilot setup just in case. This is the 5th cabin, and it opens directly into the cockpit. which is great for anybody who wants a bit more space, or maybe if you've got guests on board. It's a double berth again, this time side entry, and it has a lot of storage space in this room because there's storage behind the headboards as well as underneath the bed and over to the side here. It has its own ensuite just off here to my right, which is a wet head with a freshwater electric flushing toilet, and of course it's got air conditioning and a fan like all the other rooms. A lot of natural light and ventilation in here. There are opening hatches in both the ensuite and in the bedroom, and then there's this huge entryway hatch that can often be left open as well for plenty of fresh air and circulation. Finishing up our look around Imi Ola then, let's check out the nav station and the salon area. So the nav station has a second chart plotter on which we can see everything we need to, much the same as the one at the helm. You can even control the autopilot from here. And it can be mirrored to a tablet if you want to be able to watch the screens while you're in a cabin, let's say. There's a remote control for the autopilot as well. And then we have the Victron Servo display unit that allows us quick access to seeing everything around power on the boat. In addition to the lithium house bank that we already talked about, there are two 3000 kilowatt Victron Quattro inverters, so a total of 6000 kilowatts of inversion power. That means we can run pretty well everything, with one exception of the air conditioning, from the batteries. The induction cooking, the microwave, the water maker, water heater, any of those things can be run from battery power and harnessing that solar very often. Finally up here, we've got the Fusion surround sound system. It does indoors and outdoors sound, or can run a DVD surround sound with the TV, which is over there on the left, a large flat screen TV. There's also a lot of USB chargers tucked behind this centre here for easy charging of all your remote devices. The salon area gives a big L-shaped couch, plenty of space for relaxing and watching a movie on that big TV, or the table can be dropped and this made into one large big day bed. And that concludes our introduction to Imi Ola. There's a lot more information available on the website, svimiola.com, as well as some more detailed walkthrough videos. And if you need anything beyond that, please feel free to send an email. We'll be happy to answer any questions.